Morning, Twirlers worldwide. I just wanted to share with you a little tip that it saves me a lot of time and effort in saving me a lot of mousing around, and that's I've created some additional keyboard shortcuts for the things that I use for twirling. And if you look up here, you can see that most things have got a keyboard shortcut attached to them, and some of them we hardly use, so we can actually steal them if we need them. So I'm going to go to the edit menu and down to keyboard shortcuts. Now I know you can't see that, but it's just off the bottom of my screen, and this brings up the keyboard shortcut manager. And what I'm going to do is go down to filter. Here's all the things I can change, and if I scroll down, let's have a look at something that we do. So radial blur at the moment has not got a keyboard shortcut. So if I click just under the word shortcut, just there, it opens up a little dialog box, and I can now press some keys. Now it has to have a control or an F key in it. So I'm going to try, let's try Control and R. So I'm going to hold the Control key down and press the R key, and that puts it in for me, but it puts me this little decal, little triangle, and then the explanation is Control R is already in use and will be removed from view and rulers. Well, I don't use rulers that much. They're either switched on or they're switched off, so this isn't a particularly helpful one for rulers, and I don't need it for rulers. So I'm just going to click accept. Next, let's have a look for, in the distort menu, we've got twirl, and twirl hasn't got a keyboard shortcut. So I'm going to click on it, and I'll try Control and T. Well, I know that's been taken because that's on edit and free transform. Well, I do use free transform quite a lot, so I don't want to use that keyboard shortcut. So I could try and add the Alt key. So I'm going to hold the Control key, the Alt key and the T key. And now this is telling me it's already in use and it will be removed from create a duplicate while transforming. Well, when was the last time you did that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've not done it. So it's not really useful for me, but it might be useful for me twirling. So I'm going to accept that. Okay, the next one I think is useful is the mezzotint, because we seem to use that quite a lot. And that's in Pixelate. So let's have a look in Pixelate, and there we are, mezzotint. It's not got a keyboard shortcut. So again, I'll click in it. And for this one, I'm going to try Control, Alt and M. And this is telling me it's already in use and will be removed from curves with last settings. Well, yeah, I don't use that either. So I'm going to click accept. And then I'll click OK. And now if I go up to my filter menus now, I've got filter. And if I come down to blur, I've now got radial blur that has now got a keyboard shortcut, Control and R. If I go down to distort, my twirl filter is now Alt, Control and T. And if I go down to my pixelate, my mezzotint is Alt, Control and M. So sometimes it just makes it a little bit easier that, you know, if I want a radial blur now, I just press Control and R and it brings up. And if I accept that, I just click OK and we get a radial blur. If I want a mezzotint, I do Control, Alt and M. And it brings up the mezzotint and I press return. And if I want to twirl, I do Control, Alt and T and it brings me twirl dialog up, and all I do, I input the angle and click OK. Hope that was helpful. Certainly helps me out, saves me a lot of mousing. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.